Hey, sorry, I'm a little bit late, but I'm
No need to
here.
apologize.
Oh, Siri, wasn't talking to you. Okay, sorry, y'all. I'm a little bit late, but it's because I was making some little whiteboard notes for y'all for later. But we're gonna go over all the things that are happening virally on social media, the news, all the things that are happening and how they're all connected. So, thank y'all for thank y'all for being here. So let's go over the Gorilla Glue Girl issue, viral, the girl spraying the glue on her hair and the hair not being able to move away or move or be washed, or she had to go have surgery. She had to create a GoFundMe. She got 20K from GoFundMe. She was on TikTok. So let's break all this down. Okay. Not to mention she had blue eyes. Okay. So let's break it on down. So the Gorilla Glue, and if you watched Quentin Q Reeves and I video when I talked about this weird furry thing that I felt crawling on my head in a astral travel or some type of dream or whatever, and he said that there was like this ancient primordial primate being, spirit or energy that particularly is attracted to certain types of people, and especially melanated women, then you would have caught that. Okay, so Gorilla Glue. It's an ape. It's a monkey. Sasha, she's not there. So let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. So a monkey, a primate, an energy, right? Also is a glue. A glue is something that sticks to you. Glue is something that goes in between stones or mortar, like bricks. Glue is something that has to bond two or more things together. Okay. So hair is also symbolic of mammal. Okay. Mammal, like an animal. Okay. So keep that in mind. So she sprayed the Gorilla Glue on her hair. At the same time, or very close to the same time, they're trying to impeach Trump. What is very interesting about Trump is that he has this weird hair thing on his head. Okay. And yeah, and there's been lots of photos that would compare him to like Bigfoot or like an ape, you know, walking around, right? There's been lots of memes like that, right? The Capitol or the dome or the head raid was also code for, wanting to um, overtake the head, okay? Wanting to raid, enter, violate someone's head, okay? So, America, the capital of America. Now, who's America? Who's American? Who's Native American? Who are the natives? Think about it. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Um, so the natives, American capital, American heads, Native American heads. Okay, so they want to infiltrate these people's heads spiritually, and through their pineal gland. Da 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 da. So the gorilla, the ape, the furry, hairy creature thingy is a old entity, and it uses certain people to maintain control over certain humans on the planet. Okay, Trump is also a representative of this type of creature, but he's an actor. So he's simply portraying the role. He does not want to go away. He's stuck in his own, like, I'm not leaving. The election was rigged. A, B, C, and D. Y'all gonna have to impeach me. He won't. He's stuck like Gorilla Glue. Okay, so he represents a way of thinking. Okay, that's why they call him the last president, because he's going to be the last type of spirit to rule over certain people's heads. Okay, now if you think about Star Wars, they had this ape creature on there named Chewie. Okay, or Chewbacca. Okay, Chewbacca. I broke it down for y'all. So Chewie is to gnaw, grind, crush, destroy, eat away at, or injure. Chewbacca. Okay, you can break this down two ways. Vaca, like cow. The horned goddess, the moon key, monkey. Or you can break it down like Chew, Ba, and Ka, the bird soul, and then the soul. So breaking down of your soul, your energy, your pineal gland. Okay, feeding off of your energy, from feeding off of your knowledge, your memory, you're all of this and you're all of that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And so the Gorilla Glue girl, she had to have her hair surgically washed and like scalpeled out the glue, and they had to put all these different like solvents and solutions in it to get the glue to wash out. It was very hard. This represents the type of thinking that this system has had on the native people or the indigenous people of the planet. It has to be washed away. It has to be surgically removed. And the code for doctor or surgeon or healer would represent a person who is knowledgeable of all of these things, that can perform a cleansing of this type of thinking, which can break down the information and heal your mind back to where it was originally. So this is why it's all this political stuff is going on, the Capitol raid, the Gorilla Glue girl. There was more to it as well. It goes way back. Like, you'll see a lot of monkey memes out, or funny things that are floating around Instagram. Even if you look on the Dangerous album cover, MJ had the artist paint, Bubbles. He had little monkey Bubbles on top of his head with a crown on, meaning that he did possess this type of energy, and this is what was over his head at the time. So if you guys don't remember, I think I have a picture of it. Hold on. So I could jog your memory. Did I keep that picture? It seems like I would have. Well, anyway. It's just the Dangerous album cover, and y'all know what that looks like. It's like a little monkey over Michael Jackson's head, Bubbles with the crown, okay? And here it is. And there's a crown on it, because, all right. So there you go. It also represents, they have the Monkey King, Sun Wukong, and all that kind of stuff. So it's an old, energy that doesn't want to die. But the shift that's occurring and the frequency change is forcing that energy out of many people. And that energy is now looking for somewhere to land, or somewhere to find a home. Okay. So a lot of people are having strange dreams, having weird, happenings to them. A lot of people aren't understanding what's going on. A lot of people that are going to be targeted are, people that they want to inhabit or to control, So this is why you see a lot of people wearing hats or head coverings, so that this energy finds it hard to enter. I got on a wig. I don't know if that counts. But whatever, right? She even had on blue contacts because she was under the brainwashing of this energy that wants to control the indigenous people of the earth. Okay. And they use a certain um, they use a certain people to do this with. Okay, so obviously not all people are in agreement with white supremacy, because there's a lot of people that are against it, who are also white. So it's not white people, it's the idea, or the energy that wants to rule over another people, versus everyone being whatever, free, equals, or on the same level. So this is the mentality that needs to leave. And, okay, so let's go to on to the next one, the Jay-Z song, when he talks about on to the next one. He says, in a dark Caesar, please follow the leader. Okay, so Caesar, Julius Caesar, it means hairy, like the name Caesar means hair or something like that, some type of hair. Julius breaks down to Jove, Jove, Hove, Hove, but it also means Jupiter, so the god. And so it also means, head or ruler. So Jay-Z says, in a dark Caesar, please follow the leader. On to the next one. So this is what he's saying. He's saying that he is basically, being led by certain energies, but he always tells you in each of his songs um, where he stands at the moment. Some moments that energy is not with him, and sometimes that energy is with him. And when that energy is with these artists, they let you know through their songs. Okay. When the energy is not with them, they let you also know. It's like they have two different personalities. It's like it's like when you're out of the sunken place versus when you're in the sunken place. If you've seen the movie Get Out. Okay. Okay. And of course, him and Beyonce had the song called Ape, with Mona Lisa behind them, which Leonardo da Vinci painted, and if you take the mirror and put it in the middle, it makes this ape-like monkey look like being, like from Planet of the Apes. All right, so anyway, so this is the whole viral thing, and that's why she went viral. And she got her little blue verification check for using Gorilla Glue, suing and being the subconscious reminder that it is very hard to get this type of energy and thinking out of your head, let alone out of people's minds. It's a consciousness. Okay. And the only way to have that done is by a doctor or a surgeon, which is code for, let me erase this. So doctor was code for healer, doctor, or surgeon. Surgeon is like, that's a fish, right? Fish, reptilian, and alien beings, right? So doctor, healer, the two snakes, the medical sign. So this is going to be a melanated person. Okay. So doctor, healer, surgeon is going to be a melanated person. I'll say a brown person. Okay. encode. So the only way to and they practice, okay? This means they practice these things, healing, da da da. So you go to these type of people who understand and know how to remove this type of thinking. So this is going to be your people that are able to decode, able to break things down, to give you the true history, to give you knowledge that you really don't have like that, to get you educated on all these things so that you know what's really going on and how you can remove certain thinking. Okay. Like to lift the veil, to unstick to your mind something that was on there for so long that you have to go get help to get it removed. It's a mental healing. So you said King Kong versus Godzilla, right? Exactly. So Godzilla is the reptilian. King Kong is the furry, creature. So it's the battle. Exactly. Thank you. The the funny thing is that all of this is happening all at the same time, right? And everybody's just laughing and not looking any deeper. This is the effect of this energy. They chewed up and ate your mind and your pineal gland and some of your soul with it. And in order to regain that, someone needs to heal you. Okay, by speaking life back into you, by speaking the words of truth and knowledge back into you so that you can be reborn or wake up again out of your surgery with your freedom. Okay, freedom of your mind. Thank you, Barbie. Speaking, I personally knew the doctor that did the removal. He's highly melanated and arrogant. Well, you got to be arrogant in this world for anybody to take note of you. Sadly, but it's true. And a lot of people mistake arrogance, confidence with arrogance. But it's okay. But you said he's highly melanated. See, I told you. I didn't even know that, but that was just decoding. Okay, so thank you for that. So now we have all these memes going around. I saw this one video on TikTok where these two monkeys or apes were driving this gray convertible sports car. And then there's like this voiceover dude. I don't know if y'all seen it. I shared it on my stories on Instagram. And basically the message to that was, okay, we're going to leave certain people, but we're still trying to find melanated people to get into their minds. So, we're on the loose, basically. So, and it's also saying that it's going to be hard to get rid of us because, we've been here a long time and we're everywhere, basically. So you're going to have to seek out the help for removal. Okay. You're going to have to seek out the removal, the healer, the doctor, someone who knows what they're talking about so that they can help you remove this way of thinking. And this is what I do by decoding. So let's go back to the president. Okay. This channel is not to trigger people. I'm simply giving information and knowledge. If you're easily triggered and emotional and you're not here to learn, you got that monkey on your head or you got that monkey on your back, if you have anything if anything triggers you, that's part of that monkey. Okay. We just need to get this knowledge and worry about how we feel about it later. You understand? Okay. Let's just inhale the information and then feel some type of way later. Okay. Can we do that? Thank you. All right. Took your feelings aside first, and you can go cry later. I'm very harsh because I'm like, I just want to get the information out, because if I don't, then I'm not going to give it out. I'm just gonna pass me, and then I'll move on to the next thing. So y'all have to let me get it out without crying and stuff. Okay. I'm not saying any of you guys are crying, but just in case there's someone was crying. Sorry. All right. So let's go to the presidents. Let's go to Barack Obama. All right. So when Barack Obama was president, I don't care what you think about him. We don't care. Let me just decode this, okay? Barack Obama, president, okay, and his wife Michelle. Now we already know the mean things that were said, and about the president and his wife, the First Lady Michelle Obama. Okay, we know all the rumors, all the whatever. Okay, we don't care. Well, when he was running for president the first time, there was a lot of people that associated him with the Monkey King. Okay, this is like a deity, Sun Wukong. Okay. I associated him with Barakiel, one of the fallen angels. Once again, all the correlation, right? He's mixed race. Okay. Mixed race. Okay. So he's half and half. So he could very well be a monkey king. Thank you, Brooklyn. Sprinkle. Okay, get it? So erasing that. Michelle. Okay. She represented who is like God. And everyone, like a lot of people were calling her a monkey. Okay. So you have two people in the White House of color, and we have the, of course, there's always going to be racism when things like this happen. So then we have like a lot of people calling these two monkeys. Now, the Monkey King is like one of their deities in, Hindu, right? Yeah. So that wasn't so bad, but the racist aspect of it was. At the same time, if you decoded it, it just simply meant that these two were being led by this energy, the energy of okay, because they were working for the government. Okay. And they were presiding over the country in a White House. A house represents a body. Okay. And then the presidents and the first lady live inside of the White House. So this represents that there's a bigger mind or consciousness or entity that's running them, that they work for. Okay. This is why it's called the White House. Okay. Got that? Okay. Now, okay, like I said, I'm getting ready to say some more stuff, so don't get triggered. We're really getting ready to say some more stuff that may trigger some people, so don't get triggered. This is going to be about the gay marriage thing, okay? Don't get triggered. I'm just simply decoding it. So there's a lot of people that said Obama didn't do anything for Black people, but he legalized gay marriage. Okay. I'm going to break down what gay marriage means in code. It doesn't literally mean two people of the same sex getting married. That's not what it really means. But this was the cover for what it meant. So as above, so below. In secret code, they have to do things simultaneously. So I'm going to tell you what it really means. So you know how the gay flag is like the rainbow, but it's like upside down, like the colors are backwards than the actual rainbow or whatnot. Okay. Or I don't know, is it backwards or I don't know. I've seen it so many ways. I don't know which the right way is. But anyway, so he legalized that, right? So gay marriage. What does the word gay mean? Or same sex? If y'all know the code, y'all know the code. All right. This means, okay, so this means happy, laughing, happy, ha 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 ha. The opposite of crying, right? So this means lighter complexion people, white, Caucasian, or white or Asian people. Yeah, anything that's like not opposite, not black or white, but same race, same complexion, same doing business with same type of people. Okay. Um. So let's see this word. Okay. Same sex. This is up. This is down. As above, so below. Okay. This is their language. F. This is out to the cross. Okay. Cross out into cosmos or whatever. Okay. That's what that means. Sorry, y'all. Quantum tunneling. Um, that person plasma inside my plasma, when we reach a shift and I quantum tunnel to the next reality or dimension, because time is like this, and I'm on this line and I could go any way depending on which way I go. Okay. If your plasma is in me, you come too. If it ain't, you stay back here. Okay. Over here is Mandela effect. Over here is a different Mandela effect because now I'm over here and you're still over there. So if you want a quantum tunnel, come with me and you'll be in a world of imagination. Okay. So do y'all remember on Willy Wonka when the kid went inside the TV and they turned him into plasma and he got stuck inside the TV and then he became really small? Small represents a frequency. His frequency shrank because he went inside of a TV. A TV represents a tell lie vision. Okay, Mike TV, exactly. Y'all know what that was about. So a tell lie vision or a box, a square with images on it, moving images, is with antenna, like this is where that picks up Wi-Fi. Okay. Let's break down what a TV is, what it represents. So let me erase some of this. So a TV, if you ever see people watching TV, that new Ariana Grande and Megan Thee Stallion and Doja Cat, you know, Ariana's always on a TV. Why she's on that TV? It's an old school TV, you know. It represents watching from the inside of someone else, watching out of a window or walking in the shoes of someone else, like on Get Out when he woke up and he was in a chair and he was watching this old school TV and it was giving him information on what was actually going on and happening to him. So the TV is like you're inside of someone, like you're in the sunken place and you're watching life through the television. Okay, that's why a lot of people say, I don't watch TV. Okay, because you're watching through another perspective. You're watching through the media's perspective. You're watching through another person's perspective. It's not your own. Okay, there you go. Get it? All right. So that's what that's all about. Now, this is why I don't watch the news or anything unless I'm decoding, because everything. If it is on the news, if it is spoken, if it is said, if it is shown, it is code. Straight up. I don't even care if they really did it. They orchestrated whatever it was or worded it to be code. Okay? So everything, everything, everything. But no matter what you hear, even the basketball game announcers speak in code. The basketball players' names and their numbers and their team's name and their city and their mascot and the name of the stadium, all code. Period. I mean, or arena. Everything is code. You cannot get away from code, even if you died. Okay? You can't get away. Period. So everything is code. Fashion, names of clothing brands, everything. And it all links up to the planets, astrology, business, the stock market. That's why the stock market kind of going crazy right now, because everybody's going crazy. Nobody know what's going on. It's a shift of consciousness. It's not a smooth transition like it should have been. Even other countries' news, if them countries are, yeah, most of them. Now, I can't guarantee every news channel, like if it's a major news channel, yeah, because they're all owned by the same corporations. The media owns a lot of stuff. So if they're owned by a certain company, probably. Now I was watching this Disney movie from the 80s. It's a cartoon, actually. It was called Black Cauldron. I think they took some scenes out because they said it was too dark for children, but it was right up my alley. And they had this character on there named, I don't know, Sasha knew his name, but it's like a furry mammal creature that looks like a dog or a little gremlin or a monkey. And he start with a G. The name of him started with a G. I don't know, but he was like looking for crunchies and munchies. So he was looking for some food or something to eat, and he would crawl around like the little boy's head, look and all through his clothes and body and stuff, like a little animal, like a little ferret or something, looking for munchies and crunchies. So that movie was super coded about everything that's going on. So it's called the Black Cauldron because he had to find the Black Cauldron in order to stop these energies from being reborn into new soldiers or new people. And the Black Cauldron were owned by 3 witches, right? And they traded the Black Cauldron for a sword, this magical sword, which represents truth, knowledge, the ascension, So they get this Black Cauldron, and that little furry thing is sacrificed and jumps in the Black Cauldron. Y'all have to watch it. It's silly. But the Black Cauldron is basically the black womb. Okay. So did I spell it wrong? I spelled it like children. So I don't know. I've seen it spelled. I guess I'm thinking of the last name, but yeah, that's what it represents. So y'all got to go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. Gurgi. That's what his name was. Thank you. I don't know why I don't remember names. I'm so bad with names, especially some name like that. I mean, Gurgi. But I remember, the movie. So, like, it's all there. Everything is there. And then we have Michael Jackson. He had bubbles. He had his like, come on, Bubbles. I know you with me, so I'm gonna show the world I got one. So y'all don't be blaming me and looking at me crazy because y'all know what it do. Like he was one of those people that literally showed you what he was going through. Like literally. He literally was his own alchemy and his own, spirituality. So you could see what was happening. So bubbles were, bubbles represented his co-consciousness. Okay. He represented his co-consciousness, his person that is either in the sunken place or will take over when he goes into the sunken place, basically. That's basically what it's about. So all these viral things is okay. Let's go into the silhouette challenge. Y'all know the silhouette challenge? And here's the thing about these challenges or these viral TikToks. First of all, TikTok represents time. Okay. And time represents certain people. Understand? So anything on TikTok is going to be geared towards time. And we said time represents in the quantum world, there is no time. But in this reality, there is time. Okay. So if you're a quantum being, you don't care about no time. You don't worry about no time. But when you're in the 3D, there's time and it's on the line. Okay. But when you're in 4D and up, it's quantum and you go wherever you want when you want to go. Okay. You can switch timelines, switch realities, whatnot, but you have to be quantum to do so. But this is time. And this is, wherever you want to go. So if anything on TikTok, do not jump on it because it is a coded message, especially if it goes viral. A lot of the TikToks, sound bites and all that stuff are coded. So the silhouette challenge, that's when you look normal, you're standing up and then you flip a switch and then like everything is dark and there's a red light and you can see your black shadow and you like strike a pose or something, right? So that means you're in the sunken place now. That means you just opened yourself up for someone to come and step into your spot. You see? So when people just do stuff because they don't think for themselves, they don't know any better. And they get them children, yes. They get the children first because they're easier to fool. Nobody's teaching them. So they go for the kids first. When the kids make something popular, the teenagers and the older people want to be cool too, so they start doing it. Oh, look at them kids doing it. Go try that silhouette challenge. And then they go do the silhouette challenge, and now that was like the go ahead for one of these energies to hop on in. Okay, so they're on standby. Come on, do that challenge. Let me hop on in. Just silhouette challenge. Notice that Gorilla Glue girl, what was her name? Tessica? She didn't have on a wig. That was her real hair that she just sprayed down. She should have had on a wig, I'm trying to tell you. Let me look up what her name means. Because, I forgot to do that. Oh, Tessica. What a name. If it even is a name, a real name. I've seen it, though. Let's see what it means. I've seen it on several people. Let's see what Jessica pops up, but I said testicle. I guess it might mean the same thing, except they just put a T on it. I don't know. Does anyone know what it means? He sees. Ooh, it means he sees. He sees. Hebrew name for girls, meaning God sees and is merciful. So they had to remove the gorilla glue or the thought form or the. Now let's go back to ancient Kemet. When Thoth is depicted as two animals, one was a baboon or a monkey, it's a baboon, and one was an ibis bird. Okay, so he's been both races, obviously, and he's lived as different people, as different races. He walks among men, but not as a man. So that means he is an energy within a man. Okay. A bird represents, and an ibis bird represents some bird that can fly out into the sky, has a long beak, so he can dig deep into the mud as well. So he's as above, so below. He could go high, he could go low. That means he's got both within. So the ibis may represent maybe a someone that can do both, and the baboon may represent the older energy that wants to inhabit the temple or the king's chamber or the mind. This is why he talks about going into the great skull or the great pyramid. Your head is a pyramid. And going into the king's chamber, which is the pineal gland, to the temple, into your head, and asking those to come into you. So this would be this energy, but depending on how you grow and learn and educate yourself and get this knowledge, is whether you're going to grow your wings and become a Thoth yourself or your own thought form, or if you're going to fight past the sunken place and reclaim your throne. It's an alchemy. Okay. It's almost like someone put you to sleep or being reborn again. And it's like, okay, now wake up and figure this out. Okay, now wake up and fight me. Okay, now wake up and figure all this out. And when you do, you'll come out smarter, wiser, stronger, faster. Did I just see the Kanye line from Power? that don't kill me can only make us stronger. I need you to hurry up now, because I can't wait much longer. So yeah. That's what it's all about. Okay. Notice how they said the pyramid was built. There's no mortar between the stones of the pyramid. This is code. There's no mortar in between the stones of these certain structures in Bolivia. The glue represents a certain type of energy or spirit. The stones represent a certain type of people or consciousness or in their pineal gland. Okay. So there was no evidence of these type of beings back then. It must have come from somewhere else, not this energy. Okay. So that's code. All these pyramids and stone structures with no mortar in between, where you can't, slide a piece of paper through. That is code for no glue. No glue, and that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, everything from ancient times are also coded. Like if you think about all the ancient texts, they are all coded as well. All of them. It's not a real story. You got to pick the code out of the story and get the other messages, because it's okay. And this is another way that they get you off track. This is like a different path that you can take that will distract you from the coded knowledge. So if you go do something literally, you're off the path. And I think that's why MJ did the literal stuff to get you on the path. You see? So the questions, they always say people aren't asking the right questions. People aren't asking the right questions to get the right answers. They're just choosing the most obvious path, which is not always the correct one. It's one that leads you to, like, just like on the Wizard of Oz. The path was obvious, but that wasn't how you would get back home. But you still went anyway. But by going on that journey, you're going to learn still. No matter what, you're going to find your way back, but you're still going to learn on that journey. But that was also a distraction. But you had to fight, you had to figure it out, and you had to come to terms with that journey and what led you there in the first place, and why you didn't ask certain questions in the beginning. Okay. Seek and you shall find. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's Mother No Shade. Hey, how you doing? You still in Miami? Thank you. Appreciate it. Y'all hear the cat? So this is why MJ did the things that he did, because he took the literal, showed you the literal, so you could ask the reason. Well, why he's deep? Why is he doing this? So that it will lead you to the spiritual, or to the symbology of it, instead of the other way around. So a lot of ancient stories aren't literal; they are coded. A lot of people say there were giants in the land. Giants simply means someone with a higher frequency, or a higher being frequency. You may not be able to see them. You may not be able to understand that one small person could have several, or several energies within them that make their frequency giant. You ever met someone and they just had a huge frequency? I mean, we can see this everywhere. And you ever seen someone that just has a very small frequency? Because you are not alone. I am here with you. Basically, there are several energies, or spirits, or souls within one. There you go. And the more energies and spirits and souls that you acquire, they become a part of you. You just another part of me. So, as we talk to people, get to know people, understand people, walk in other people's shoes, just like on the show Lovecraft Country, where The lady got to experience a life through a different body, um, and see what it was like. Da da da. It's kind of like that, but at the same time, you know, a lot of these things are also being done literally as a ritual, as above, so below, as within, so without, as in time, so without time. So, in order to make something immortal or something or someone like a Thoth figure, you would have to do both literal, spiritual, and mental. And it would have to be done to a large amount of people. And they would all have to be fooled by your magic science. You will have to brainwash a massive number of people in order to reach Thoth status. Or trick a lot of people. You know, he's the trickster energy, right? Which is not a bad thing. It's basically, you know, how awake are you? And if you are able to understand and see Thoth, for because you may have a little bit of that energy within you, you'll be able to see it. Like, oh, I see you. You'll be able to see it. Like, I know what you're doing. You're not fooling me. Go ahead though. You know, have fun, because I more power to you. You know, once you see it for what it is, it's funny. You know, it's like that movie, The Joker. He's like, oh, all this time I thought my life was a tragedy, but it was all a joke. So, if I were a grand, large entity, and the Earth was just, you know, a TV show to me, this is funny. Okay, it's still funny from on Earth, so I know it's super funny to grand, larger consciousness. That's why you can't even really be mad at it. It's just like, y'all so stupid, y'all so funny, y'all so crazy. Why are y'all doing that? And then the sense of humor on how they try to. I appreciate the sense of humor. Okay, I appreciate when people put the code in something funny. I appreciate when people put the code in the message in something right in your face. You know, I don't like the boring code, like the put you to sleep code. Like, but there are people that are interested in those topics that put you to sleep. So that's for them. You know, but I like the comedy. I like the gesture. I like the craziness. That's me. I appreciate that because it wakes me up and it gets me to open my eyes and to see. Because I like, you know, I like sense of humor. Tragedy is another way that they do it. Okay. Now, I'm not here to say stuff is not real. People are, you know, not being hurt, or they are being hurt. I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't put nothing past anyone. But a lot of times people are triggered or awakened by tragedy as well. So they're going to throw in comedy and tragedy as well. So some people may wake up due to a tragedy, like, oh, someone was killed. Then they go investigate that and they start to see little things here and there. Like, wait, what's something right here? And so they start to decode and figure that out, because that's where their passion lies, right? Trying to figure out what happened. Some people like comedy, some people like politics, so they'll figure it out through that method. Some people like science, they're going to figure it out through that. Some people like YouTube, they're going to figure it out through that. There are YouTubers that are, and TikTokers, as you can see, Gorilla Glue Girl, I'm sorry, that are involved in pushing this information as well, virally. So, this is what it is. Now, I've noticed I noticed that a lot of TikTokers and a lot of like viral TikTokers and viral YouTubers are now putting out this coded stuff. Not in a message like me, like, oh, I'm going to tell you what's going on, but in fashion and clothing and topics and things that are said in the video, da 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 da, you know. Me, I'm just going to decode it and go on with it because, you know, that's what I did. Okay, let's talk about the old granny lady that spit on her nurse or caretaker or whatever. The old white lady who spit on I guess her nurse was black lady. I don't know. And then today they go on a video dancing together as if they've made up. Y'all want to know what that's about? I don't know if y'all saw that. So after this, all this happened at the same time. Remember this. So the old lady was spitting on the black lady because the gorilla glue hair girl could not get the gorilla glue out of her head. So remember what we said the gorilla glue was. It's old thinking, white supremacy, these beings that want to rule over the indigenous people of the planet, right? So as the girl was getting her hair surgically cleansed by this, you know, surgeon and washing out the gorilla glue, it was being filmed too. All of a sudden a TikTok comes out and she's dancing and now friends with this old lady that spit on her yesterday. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So as the cleanse happened, as the surgeon or the healer or the doctor or the Imhotep, what was that? Wasn't that the doctor of Egypt? Surgically removes this entity from Gorilla Glue Girl. When Gorilla Glue Girl wakes up, she don't have her contacts in her eyeballs anymore because, you know, she had to go to surgery and take out her contact. But she did have these long cat claws. You know, the cat claws like on Black Panther, you know. But she had her hair. Okay, so a panther or a black cat is a snake and a panther or a lion mixed together. So they're the hybrid. Right? So she got her little hair back, but she woke up with them claws and no green eyes. Back to snake eyes. So that's what it's about. She was free of the blind gorilla. Right. You got it. So that's why they show the old lady and her caretaker dancing and, you know, having a good old time, because that energy is leaving now. That was the symbolic ritual of that energy being washed out of you, being cleansed. Donald Trump being forced out of the White House, but he trying to hold on like some gorilla glue. They got to impeach this person twice, but he's still holding on, you know. That even though they raided the Capitol, you know, he's like, I'm trying to hold on. There's some gorilla glue stuff going on here, you know. But we can't be mad at these people. They're playing a role. He had to resign from the Actors Guild or the Actors Guild, whatever, because he was acting. He was the acting president. There's a difference between you're an acting president. You acting as a president. Is that the same thing as being the president? I don't know. Is it? If you ain't ever at work and you don't take a salary and they don't write your name on a paycheck for working as the president, are you the president? Do we have a president? Probably not. So, I mean, when you start breaking down all of these things, everything will start to unfold. Why are they still trying to impeach someone if there's a new president? That's number two. What's going on? Who cares? He's not the president anymore, is he? Why did he resign from the actor? Was he acting as the president? Did he really get elected this time? Is he the president now? We don't know. right? Who is the president? If he resigned from the Screen Actors Guild, that means he was acting before. So now he's no longer an actor, but they still trying to impeach him. So what does this mean? Are y'all putting this together, or are y'all just watching the TV and in the sunken place? People that are in the sunken place, they don't get it. They're like, oh, Biden is the president. Donald Trump is not the president, but they are still trying to impeach Donald Trump. Donald Trump resigns from Screen Actors Guild. Why is all this information being given to you? What you gonna do with it? Here, take this information. What are you gonna do with it? I don't know. Put it in the sunken place. They hope you wake up. They pray you hear them whispering. That's that Beyonce thing. I pray to catch me. I pray to catch me. They want to hear you listening. Actually, they want you to understand. They want you to comprehend in a better sense of the word. They want you to wake up. They can't force you to wake up quick, because like when someone is sleepwalking and you wake them up, they could go crazy. They could be in shock. They could not know what's going on. So they have to slowly wake you up. And this is what they do. They give you all the information and hope that you're asking the right questions, or hope someone will help you ask the correct question. So, like, you have all these people that have degrees and smart and think they're smart, but they can't even figure out what's really going on. And that's another thing, that the word degree means downgrade, just in case you didn't know. D means down. Grade or grad means grade, downgrade. So the reason why a lot of the greats do not have degrees is because they don't want the downgrade. Okay. It's Latin for downgrade. The reason why they don't want the downgrade is because once you get a piece of paper, once you are a master or a doctorate, or you got a degree in a subject, you stop studying it. You think you know all that there is to know, and you stop learning. You don't go any further. I have a degree, and therefore that is your limit. And therefore you stop learning, so you start to go back down, downgrade. You never stop learning, ever. Through lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, you never stop learning. There is no degree. Right. So we don't need. That's why even Leonardo da Vinci did not go to university and obtain a degree, but he's one. Most of the highest minds did not have a degree. You can learn in different ways. You don't need a degree. You can still go to school, but never obtain the degree. Because when you get a degree, let me tell you, because I have some degrees, but I don't even use them. When you get a degree, it is a piece of paper telling you, with a seal on it and a signature, that you have successfully completed your studies as a blah blah blah, whatever, I don't know, but you're never completed. There's always more to learn. So it's a limit, and it's written and signed. It's a contract, kind of. So this is why so many people who are really into their craft, into their knowledge, they don't obtain the actual degree, or they don't use it, or they forget they have it and go into an entirely different field. Okay. So if you're chasing a degree, remember what it really means, and that you will never be done learning, and you will never be a master of anything until if you're done. This is why in the medical industry they call it practicing medicine or practicing psychology, because there's extensive research always being done in these fields, right? Now you could get a degree in the medical sciences, but when you go to become a practitioner, it's continued, you see. So that's why a lot of people say that. And this is why, and I don't mean to put down anyone that has a degree, but I'm just telling you how they're going to use the words if you're ever trying to decode, okay? So the degree will help you to get into certain doors, but those doors are limited and within a box. This is why you have to be a continuous student. Okay. There you go. Now, we have crazy people out here doing some crazy stuff online that are making so much more money than people with medical degrees. I will repeat that. We have crazy people on here, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, making way more money than any of these people who have spent years in school. Teenagers, y'all. So they're trying to show you there are so many different ways to get things in life. Thanks to the internet, of course. But this is what they're showing you. They're showing you there's other ways and you don't have to stay in the box anymore. There's too many people in the box still, and that's also another form of control. And they call a monkey on your back or a monkey on your head or whatever, you know. It's another way of thinking inside of a box, you know. Oh, you have to go to school, you have to get an education, you have to get a job, you have to work for someone, you have to get married, you have to have kids. It's like they drew your whole life out for you already, and it's like you have to follow it. And, you know, you never thought about all the other things that are possible. And so you're stuck in this box. You're stuck in a way of thinking, and you never thought, oh, well, maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe I can travel the world. Maybe I can start my own business online and I can work from anywhere. Maybe I can do this and I can do that. Maybe I'll do, you know, maybe I'll find my passion and get paid from that. I don't know, something. But there's so many people that will push this way of living onto their children until it becomes their culture. And after it becomes their culture, now they're in a box. Jack in the box, man in a box. And when they finally pop out, they're a clown. When Jack in the box finally opens up, guess what pops out? A clown, because it was a big old joke. Period. Just like going to the Emerald City was a big joke to find the Wizard of Oz, who was a fake. Okay. So remember, if someone's leading you down a path and you must go down this path, don't be surprised if it's a joke at the end. Okay. Get ready. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I do what I want. Exactly. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Correct. Thank you, young lady. You always have the best perspective, best facts. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So I just wanted to make this video. I don't want to make this very long. I'm just allowing you a chance to see what I see by trying to explain it. And y'all, I bought this background. I didn't know it had this floor on it. I know everybody said, oh, Illuminati Freemason floor. I don't know. I don't care. That's a chessboard, whatever y'all want to call it. Believe me, I'm not in the Freemasons. I can't keep no secrets. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I mean, I can, but I'm, because like this would be a violation probably if I were in some type of organization of giving y'all all this code. So y'all know it's not, that's just the floor back there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Whatever. I didn't take no. I never laid in a coffin. I never went to no meeting. I don't do none of that. Maybe naturally, I just have the information. I just study. I decode. Da da da. Probably, whatever. But it's cute background, all right. It's black. It's white. Stars you and me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That reminds me of the grappa codes, the little square diamonds. I don't know, the fractals, whatever. And even behind the Freemason symbolism is science anyway. So it's all science. So does it really matter? Mm-hmm. Also, why was TMZ so interested in the story? Because TMZ is one of the main pushers of these of this information. Like if it's coming from TMZ, it's coded. They're the first ones to throw it out there and hype it up and blow it up. Okay, so every news source, every story that's put out virally is code. Okay, don't even think that it's not, because it is. They don't promote anything that's not code or a message. TMZ always first on the scene. That's correct. The Matrix Zone. Is that what it means? I don't even know. TMZ blew up out of nowhere. Right. They write scripts. Yep. TMZ got really big with Michael Jackson. They were the first on the scene. How you gonna be TMZ the first on the scene of Michael Jackson's death? Not CNN, not the local news channel from the state or the city, but TMZ right there. They just sitting there chilling. Hey, we here. So it's fine. Your goal is to get out of believing the literal things that you're seeing on television or the news. That's the first goal. Nothing you see on there is literal. Okay? Everything is code. That's the first thing you need to realize. Everything you see is fake. Okay? That's number one. If you don't get this, you might as well just stop and pause right there until you start to believe that everything you see on TV is fake and orchestrated, even if it's on the news. Okay? So, until you can believe that, you can't really move to the next level. Okay? You can't really move to the next level. And these are major experiments and tests to see how many people are going to believe it and how many people are not going to believe it. How many people they still got the monkey on and how many people took the monkey off. Okay? Who got a monkey? Who's with life? Who's co-monkey? Who's co-life? Who's got one attached? Who has an extra life attached to them and while they're in the sunken place? Who has the monkey king with that crown on his head over them. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yeah, Aladdin, Abu was his little monkey friend too. Before the genie came, before the jinn came, he had Abu. Abu would help him steal, scam, so he could eat, right? But he was living on the street level. He was in poverty. When that jinn came, though, remember where he found the lamp? In the mouth of that panther, in that panther cave. Y'all know the cave is a womb, right? Black Cauldron, Black Panther, womb, vast goddess. Okay, so he went into the cave of wonders or something like that. Got that magic lamp. And here come the genie in the lamp. And the lamp is the pineal gland. But he had to be reborn through the cave of wonders. Okay. So the magic carpet ride a whole new world. So the magic carpet is like a dream, an astral travel, a spiritual journey, a vehicle, a Merkaba, a frequency, a carpet. When you walk across it, creates static, which is plasma, baby. So you on a plasma body. Okay. So you're on a plasma body being reborn through the black cat, literally. And when he reemerged, he had the genie. So what was his wish? I want to be a prince, so I can get the Princess Jasmine. And then he said he was going to free the genie after he got his spot, which means he's going to allow the genie or the plasma from this certain energy or being to ascend from him and free him from his lamp, from his pineal gland. So the jinn, right? So the little monkey, Abu, he was kind of like the sidekick, and he was like no longer as useful to Aladdin as he once was. And so at one point he got mad at Aladdin and he kind of left, right? And I don't know, y'all can watch the movie. But anyway, so Jafar, the other, the dude that wanted the lamp from Aladdin, Jafar, he was, had bad intentions. So when he got the lamp, he turned into like the serpent or the snake, and he was trying to become the most powerful genie in the world because he wanted to rule and da da da. But Aladdin, who was balanced and using his power in a balanced way, remembered what the genie taught him. Instead of trying to be the master, he became the student and learned and listened to what the genie said or the jinn said. And the jinn would tell him, look, I'm stuck in this lamp. I'm a genie. I can do everything. I'm smart. I know all these things, but I'm confined to this lamp. So he was paying attention to detail. He was remembering what was said. He was picking up on that knowledge. And so that's how he defeated Jafar, which was his lower self, really, and balanced it out by saying, okay, be the most powerful jinn in the world, but you're confined to this lamp. So you have a master. You see? So that was the lesson in Aladdin. he had to defeat his lower self by balancing out and remembering and asking the correct questions and remembering the knowledge that he attained during his time with the jinn or the genie. So there you go. You said you want to rewatch it now? Yeah, I mean, I probably will too, but the movie's probably even more coded, the newer movie with Will Smith. So, all those Disney movies are coded and deep. Yeah, all of them. Thank you, Bliss Fulgia. I hope Fulgia. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate it. So if y'all want to do more extensive research on the real jinn and all those things like that, I mean, definitely go into it. But remember, it's all code. Don't ever take anything literal. Smokeless fire is plasma. You know, they say the jinn are the older race, and they are of the smokeless fire. Basically, they're just plasma. Okay. Energy, spirits, thoughts, you know, plasma beings. And they no longer have physical bodies. They can attain a physical body. They can enter a physical body, like you know, as a consciousness or a co-consciousness and things like that. But until they're reborn into human form, that's how they, you know, experience life. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. I couldn't watch the movie Frozen. Boring. Well, you know, it's for kids anyway. Let it go. Mm-hmm. Do I think plasma is a liquid? No. Plasma is like lightning, static. It's an energy, like the fourth state of matter. Now, it can be derived from a certain form of matter into the plasma. It could be stored as something else and then transformed into the plasma. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the English language, Latin, Greek, Hebrew, all these different languages all have hidden meaning in their words. Like all their words can be broken down with etymology to get the true meaning of them. And like I always tell you guys, a word doesn't mean what you think it means. There's so many different meanings to one word. And I'm not talking about the several definitions for one word, but I'm talking about the etymology of one word, the breaking apart of one word to create three words and getting the separate meaning of each word, like I just did when I said Chewbacca, like a name, or, you know, imagination or something like that. There's words within words. So you have to break it down like that. You can't just go get the definition. That's not how the code is used. Things are hidden within other things. So you have to look deeper, and don't be afraid of your own intuition. Don't be afraid of what you see, because that's what you see. It sticks out for a reason. You're not wrong. Stop being afraid of being incorrect and just go with it. A lot of people need to trust their own instinct. It's there for a reason. Okay. Some people are afraid and like, oh, you know, that's not what it means. But yes, it is. Because it'll all check out once you decode it. Watch. Just start trying to, if you see something, go with it. And watch, it's going to all start checking out. So, for example, like, oh, you know, the basic name of a Star Wars character is basically saying a soul eater. a hairy, humanoid-like ape monkey creature that eats your soul. Who'd have thought, right? Um, then there's the robot, of course. There's always a robot. The artificial intelligence. So this is another energy. And then, of course, there's a human. So these are three forms. Let me see. And of course, there's the jinn. Wow. Okay, so we got all these. We got the jinn, which is like that Sith character or whatever. We got Chewbacca the ape. And we got the robots, R2D2, and then we got the humans, right? The artificial intelligence or the robot is like the assistant. It could be technology, right? The assistant to the human. It's technology. And then, of course, the human is assisted by all of these things, and they fight against the jinn, Darth Vader, all those things, which is the lower aspect of self or the darkness or the dark side, and they must beat it. Y'all knew that Michael Jackson was coming. Then they have that lightsaber sword. One is red and one is blue or green. One of them is blue. So it's the battle of the self, the battle of the lower and higher self to reach, your victory. And that's what most movies, epic movies are anyway. It's just all the battle of the higher and lower self, the defeating of these energies that are coming within you to rule you, but you don't let nobody come rule your world. You claim your throne, A, B, C, and D, Oh, I just can't wait to be king, Lion King, all of that. Everybody wants a throne, be a princess, queen, all of that. They have to beat their lower selves. They got to level up. They got to fight the bad guy, which is themselves. They got to get out of their own way. They got to learn instead of think they know everything already. They have to be open. They have to listen. They have to observe. They have to let other people teach them. They have to be wise. They got to listen to Yoda. All of that. Okay. They got to use the force. They got to listen to Michael Jackson. They have to do all of these things. And then once they understand, they got to watch Disney movies. They got to do all this stuff. And they got to come and watch Ashira Star Goddess on YouTube. They got to do all of this stuff. And once they see, they can never unsee. Once they see Tessica, God sees. Once Tessica opened them eyes after she get that Gorilla Glue removed, she ain't never gonna do that again. No. She must have saw Jermaine Jackson hairdo and thought that she had a good idea. Did y'all see that meme that I shared on Instagram? The first one to try the Gorilla Glue. Anyway. You said it's all about killing who you were. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And, sometimes this works in a good way and sometimes it works in a bad way. Sometimes the bad guy wins. Sometimes the good guy wins. Sometimes the bad guy goes good. You don't know. Mm-hmm. So that's why you have to concentrate on yourself, get out of your own way, fight your own spiritual battles, and stop worrying about everybody else, because everything that's outside of you and that you're witnessing and that is being orchestrated in front of you is really for you to become your own president, your own king, your own queen, your own savior. Everything on the outside of you is directing you back within. Even if you go into the outer space, it's going to direct you right back in. You can go do whatever you need to do, but it's going to tell you to go right back to where you can, right back here. Okay? And the reason why is because it's a reflection. You're in a mirror. If you're going to get lost in a mirror, you can't put on makeup in a mirror. You got to put on makeup on this side. You're going to be trying to grab the eyeliner, but you can't get it. You can't reach it because it's in a mirror. Thank you, Kabisha Turner, Sprinkle Sprinkle. You're going to be chasing, you're going to be trying to reach for that eyeliner forever. You will never catch it because it ain't there. It's over here. It's on this side of the mirror. I can just see it. I'm going to get it. So a lot of people get lost in that other world, in that other outside world, and they get caught up, and it's real. This is really happening. No, them actors, it's rehearsed. They getting paid. What you doing? Okay. How you gonna get paid? Gotta stay balanced. Right. I think the reason why I can see certain things is because I'm a detail-oriented person. Like, I might not see it right away, but I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it. Like, I might not catch it the first time, but I'm going to see something the second time, and the third time I'm going to see more. And the fourth, by the fifth time, I'll see it all, or most of it. And I'm like, I see you. And the reason why I think I can do this is because I'm not fooled. I know what it is. Like, I know everything is fake. So nothing goes like, oh, that can't be true. Because if you know everything is fake and orchestrated, then you know that there are things being covered up. And if you know that there's things being covered up, then you don't think it's outlandish to think outside of the box. And when you start thinking outside of the box, everything starts connecting and then making sense. And then you start to see what's, being done. So that's why I say, trust your intuition, look at the details. Don't take anything as real or literal. If it's on a TV, if it's on TikTok, if it's on, viral rotation, it's a message. Okay. So figure it out. Keep studying, learn, get your ancient knowledge. Even though it's code, you're going to need it to break it down, because this is how these people put out information through ancient texts, stories, similarities, similar stories. They just do the same thing over and over in different ways, through comedy, through music, through politics, through movies. So you'll start to see everything add up, everything unfold once you know the script, right? Every script is the same with different characters, different background, different setting, but it's the same story over and over and over. But the good thing about the story is we're getting ready to start a new story. And that's why all this crazy stuff is happening, because we're coming to the finale, the final episode. On to season 2, or whatever season we're on. So this is the season finale that we're in right now. And you know how in some season finales on TV shows, they try to rush the ending, and then some of them drag it out. Well, they dragging this one out. Okay, they dragging it out. And it's kind of like the show Stranger Things, how they take so long to film and put put up a new series because they're waiting to see what happens now. Stranger Things is reflecting what's going on actually now. So they got to wait and see what goes down, and then they go and rush to make, the series. Okay. I should watch Magelia Gorilla Zero Planet. Is that a TV show or a YouTuber? I don't know. Thank you. Okay. Everything Nikola Tesla did was code too. Let me read what you said. Nikola Tesla did not have sex. That was part of why he was successful, because he understood the power of transmuting that solar please energy into creating and inventing. I don't think that's true, because I don't know, maybe he did in the beginning and then he stopped. But from the book I read, he was entertaining prostitutes. Okay. But that's all code too. Sex and prostitutes are code for something else too. It just represents a collaboration between certain people. I'll just say that. So let's see. Okay, I'll put sex and prostitute in a biblical way. Don't get offended if you don't know how to decode the Bible, but I'm gonna do it in a biblical way. Mary Magdalene, the prostitute, assisted and followed Jesus everywhere, right? He saved her from being stoned by men, which is like being used and mistreated. And he took her and taught her what was going down. He taught her the ins and outs, and they taught each other, and she learned, and she became a great student. Okay. So, but he needed her to get, to where he had to go to, because you need the womb, the black cat, the Black Cauldron. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Tiny Charm. You just watched Truman Show. Yep, that's his Truman Show. Is just like what's going on. And so Jesus was basically, when he was crucified, in between those two thieves, that was the sex. Okay, that represented sex, not literally, but it represented what the letters in the word sex mean. So let me show you. So you have S EX. So this is as above, so below. This is out. And then the middle one is the cross right here. And this would be the cross. So the two thieves would have to use Jesus as their cross into the cosmos or into the heavens. Okay, so that's the sex. And so when Jesus was on the cross, you had his mama, Mary, and Mary Magdalene sitting over here. They followed him, or actually escorted him to the cross, to the cosmos. And then they left and they went and got his body. And then Jesus rose from the dead, was reincarnated, reborn through the black cat in the cave, in the tomb. Okay. There you go. Sex and prostitutes and Jesus. It's all code. So if you read Nikola Tesla's book, he talks about how he would go off and get drunk for a long time and just have a bunch of prostitutes. And then when he came back, he would go get down to work. But it was not literal. It meant he would go on a spiritual journey. He would go off and experience life with other people and and learn this, and that, and then he would come back feeling like he had been reborn because he had spent time with other types of people, and then he would get back to work because his ideas would then be expanded, and his plasma would have been increased, which then allowed him to pick up on these higher frequencies because he had spent time with certain types of people. Okay, them people. like and Jesus had to go spend time with drunks and prostitutes as well. Them people, so he could get his frequency higher. Does that make sense? Because it's all code for something else. You said the 6 breakdown with Tesla. Oh my goodness. Let me use a darker color because I guess y'all can't see this color. It's too light. Okay. The letters are the key. The letters are the key. The letters are the key. Pay attention to the letters. Okay. The letters are the key. Remember this. Not the word, not the meaning, but the letters. S. If this was a path, I could get up and I could get down, right? I can go this way and I can go that way. As above, so do I. Can go in and I can go out, right? I can go to the heavens and I can go to the hell or to the earth, okay? Because of the ends of this letter. In, out, okay? That's number 1. That means you can go up and you can come back down. You can ascend and you can descend. E. You got a spine, and you got 3. You got 3 ways to get out, right? You got 3, the Trinity, right? Then you have X. The middle, which is usually the soul or the heart soul, crosses the X. You cross into the cosmos or to the heavens or into another reality quantum tunnel, okay? You out. The cross. Okay? And when you cross this, you die. Your old self is dead. You die, okay? Through one of these timelines in the quantum world, you are reborn through the womb, the cave, the cauldron, whatever, okay? The coffin or whatever. And you come back or you wake up. This can be done symbolically in a ritual. This can be done mentally. This can be done literally. This can be played out in a story. It could be done in a movie. It could be, reacting the story in a different manner. But this, when you come back, when you're reborn, when you wake up, when you return to your work from this vacation, from talking to these people and, learning certain things, then you're renewed and you have a higher frequency. You have new lessons and that you've learned. I don't know what I'm writing. And you can get back to your work. That's why it's called the great work, because every time you come back, you're greater. Okay? It's alchemy. Now, for me, I have 2 different, I'm already quantum. Okay? Like literally I have 2 channels, 3 channels, 3 YouTube channels. I have different focuses. I go over here with certain people and I come over here with certain people. You see? So I'm just already, I do both at the same time. I'm multitasking. Because I'm everyone. It's all in me. That's the beauty of being a woman. You could do all those things at the same time. Okay, I can do it all. I can help you, help myself, and help some other people at the same time. Grow spiritually, help other people grow spiritually, and get my money. And stay at a high frequency and get them codes and frequencies and knowledge and information. Period. Because that's what women do. That's why we're the key, or that's why we're the Black Cauldron. That's why we are the Cave of Wonders. That's why we're the Black Panther. Because that's what it is. That's why we're the goddess. So, not to toot my own horn, but y'all know. I could be doing something else, but here I am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What? All the signs deposited in Pisces. Yep. Or they derive, hence why most Pisces are chameleons. Gemini and other mutable signs tend to hold this. Probably so. Yeah, probably definitely has to do with that fact too, because I'm a Pisces. Thank you. But as all women have this ability, but perhaps they're not aware of it yet, or don't, or not as aware as a Pisces. Right. That's why if you spend time with a Pisces, you can study them and see what they're doing and implement what they're doing into your routine. This is the same thing as going to spend time with these people and study them and see what they're doing. And then your frequency is raised because now you got some information and some knowledge that you didn't have before, even though you didn't know it was useful. Because anyone can teach you anything. And some lessons that don't even go with what you are passionate about can still give you lessons in what you're passionate about. Right? So you can just relate it to that. But at the same time, you have to go and, be around people that have what you want, or that have the energy that you desire. Even if they don't have what you want, if they have some type of energy that you desire to have, how do they get that energy? What is their mindset? How do they think? What do they get up and do in the morning? So this is why you got to be around different people. Even if you're just observing them, you don't have to literally be in their presence. You can just observe them, study them, talk to them, communicate with them, text them, whatever. You just need to understand how they're getting the results so you can apply them to your life. You said that's why Pac was with Dusty's. Yeah, he had. You'll never see. Here's the thing. When someone wants to be great, they will never separate themselves from the people. They will always be somewhat accessible. Okay. And the reason for that is because that's where the true frequency and knowledge is. It's hidden. The diamond in the rough. Aladdin. Okay. The diamond in the rough, baby. It's not going to be where millions and billions of people are attracted to. It's not going to be on the this or the that. It's going to be the diamond in the rough. You're not going to find it just everywhere. They're not going to be on trending. They're not going to be on the top, number one spot. They're going to be a little bit ways down. You got to go find them, baby. You got to go search. You got to use your little scrying mirror like on Aladdin and be like, find me that diamond in the rough. And when you discover that, it's a hidden treasure. Okay. And that diamond in the rough is, or that hidden treasure, they're not always going to be in the spotlight. They're not always going to be the most this or the most that. They're just going to be. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They can be anywhere, Gems, hidden gems, exactly. I described 3 paintings you literally just created. Wow. That's kind of cool. So, do y'all have any questions? I mean, like, since I'm done decoding all of this and going on and on. Mm-hmm. Everything connected. That's right. Thank you. Yeah, everything is connected. That's one thing I have learned to accept. And once I accept that, then I start to see the connections like with no problems. Like sometimes I don't even want to connect the dots because I don't want to waste my time because I already know they connected. It's like I ain't gonna waste my time. I know it's connected. If you find it, let me know. But if I need to do the research, of course I will for like a topic or something that I'm trying to tell people. But I don't have to connect dots to know that they're connected. But I will if I need to. That's what I'm saying. To prove it or to connect it or to make it click with other people. I would. What? You gonna DM me the pictures? Okay. Thank you. Of your painting? Can this actually go in one direction? Nope. Remember quantum timelines. They're infinite realities. So to go in one direction means you're stuck in time. On a time loop. We ain't stuck on no time loop. Or I'm not anyway. Quantum tunnel is to raise your frequency with other people so that you can go further. So that's what it's about. Level up, right? Gotta level up. Like, honestly, on my other channel, I don't know if y'all watch it, but we have a few dusties that come in there and be mad at first, but they start to level themselves up too, because just from being around other people who are trying to level up and talking about leveling up and exchanging ideas in the comments, before you know it, some people who, girls, boys, men, women, all of a sudden they have more money in their pocket and they're doing better than they were, period. And that's just how it goes. Whoever you hang around, get ideas from, talk amongst each other, and then move on up. That's where you're going to go. If you talking to negative people who ain't talking about nothing, who talking about, doing stuff that's going to take you down, you go down, period. And this is why we have the free will and the choice to choose what we want to click on, what we want to watch, who we want to, learn from, who we want to believe, who we want to do this and that with, because it's all a different path and a different timeline and a different reality as to where we will go. So I know I'm not finna go down the road with no dusties and no backwards thinking people, but I'm not gonna hang out over there. I'm not gonna comment on some stuff. I'm not gonna converse with people that are descending when I'm trying to ascend, or when I'm trying to get to the next level. I'm not going to talk to people who's not getting to the next level. They're going to slow me down and distract me, and I'm going to end up making a U-turn or something. Okay. And if I make a U-turn, I better come back with some money. It better be for the right reason. Thank you, Herb Derp, Sprinkle Sprinkle. So do you think the homosexuality has cosmic consequences? I think it was code, like I said. I think it was code for being able to converse with the same type of people instead of allowing different people in your circle to get knowledge and access to knowledge that they don't normally have. So, or to do business in their own communities. You know what I'm saying? That's what gay marriage, passing the gay marriage law was code for, doing business with the same type of people. Learning from your own kind once again, instead of, doing this. And then when Trump came to office, then we had the elections, right? And we had people voting, and voting is devoting yourself to this deity or to this person. And it wasn't about who's going to be president. It was about who's going to make deals with who in business and politics and the entertainment industry. So homosexuality has literally nothing to do with anything. No one cares who you sleep with. It's just code for something else. When they talk about it in the media, when they talk about it in the news, it's just code for, other things. So whatever your sexual preference is, it's not real. It don't really matter. Now, the code and spreading information may also help people accept that, because it's being put so much out there in code and code and code and code that people have learned to accept it. And this and that. But at the same time, we're not these physical bodies. I'm not a physical body, except for on, this dimension. So, when you die, your plasma ain't gay. And your plasma's not, you know what I'm saying? Some gay plasma. Okay, if you some slow plasma, you gotta get with a couple of other plasmas. You ain't gonna care if it's a girl or a boy. You're like, I need some help. Come on, team up with me, plasma. You look like you can go fast. Can I tag along? You're not gonna care. You're gonna get in that car, that plasma car. You're like, oh, do you care? No, I don't care. Come on, get in. You got some money. You know the way. You know what I'm saying? I know the way. All right, get in. Come on. They don't care. So the thing is, like, I don't care. I really don't care. I could care less. Whatever. You know the way. You got some money. See how you gay plasma. Exactly. Who cares? When you die, you're gonna ask the person that person blood that I need is that some gay blood? Like you need a bone marrow transplant, you got leukemia, that's some gay plasma, blood plasma. Is that a gay organ that I'm finna receive? They don't care. It's plasma, baby. That's why y'all need to get my merch. The plasma. It's purple. It's red and blue. Right? That's why I don't care. I don't care what you do in your room. I don't care what you like. When you leave, you're gonna be some plasma. Now, your mental, your mind may be more feminine. You may think on the feminine side more. Or the masculine side more. But that is just consciousness. So, and consciousness is both anyway. So whatever, gay plasma, whatever. I don't care. But if we're going to come back to 3D, because we have to live in different places at the same time. So we're going to come back to 3D, and you're asking me about homosexuality and all that stuff, and it wasn't accepted. Why? Like, The main reason why it wasn't accepted a long time ago and in the church and they made all these rules is because it doesn't produce children. And now that the earth is overpopulated and we got more than enough kids, they're not worried about you doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? You can always adopt. You can do surrogate. They got technology now, so nobody cares. You can do what you got to do. Um, yeah, procreation was the worry back then. Now they don't care. They got too many people doing it. They got more than enough. So somebody said, yeah. And just like remember when I told you that there are several plasma or beings inside of one consciousness sometimes, like inside of one body sometimes. You got somebody in a sunken place, you got somebody driving, you got somebody making decisions. There could be several people or several energies up in you. You could have a boy, girl, girl, boy. You could have a man, a woman, and drag queen up in there somewhere, and you don't know what to be. Okay, you don't know. Today I'm going to be this. Today I'm going to be, who's driving, who's the main character. That's who you probably end up as. Who's winning and who's winning in your head. That's who you're gonna be. Who's winning in your head? Who are you most influenced by? What energy are you most influenced by? There you go. That's who will win. That's who you're gonna be. You say you love all your spirits. Okay. And usually energies are attracted to vessels that they can enjoy living through, you know. You said you're your own muse. Most people is sexual energy. So the sexual energy comes with not being able to beat that desire, without being able to transmute that creative energy into something creative, you know. So if you don't use it to create, you have to use it to procreate. You know what I'm saying? Or um, release it somehow, some way. So you gotta use it, or you gonna lose it. And who you gonna lose it with? I don't know. Whoever there and whoever turning you on at the time, I don't know. But at the end of the story is that you're gonna ascend all the way out anyway. You're gonna be gone. You're gonna, your plasma's gonna leave anyway. And every time you give in to that lower, especially as a man, every time you give into that lower self and release, you're releasing a little bit more and more of yourself, and other stuff will take over because you're releasing your life force while the other life forces grow stronger. So that's why, like in the old days, people's like, oh, you can't be doing all that stuff out there. You get you one woman, you get married, because they know after marriage you ain't doing nothing, barely. And you say, you grow old and wise and write some books and go meditate and grow a beard or whatever. Um, that's what you do, right? But now it's like, oh no, go out there and do as much as you can. Watch this show right here and do this, and here goes some lotion, and now have a good time. Waste your energy, waste your life away. Now for women, it's the opposite. So whoever you're releasing with, your energy goes to her or him, whoever it is. Some people gay for a reason. They trying to take that energy. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Some people gay with a purpose. Okay, so I told you I don't care. I'm just gonna say what I gotta say. So if if you're giving your life force energy to a woman, over and over, she's going to prosper. She may, or unless somebody she shouldn't be taking life energy from, because your life energy is not productive. You don't have no good DNA in it. There's no good frequency to it. Then it's going to make her worse. So that's why I tell my ladies on the other channel, level up. You're going to give somebody with some money, with some knowledge, some properties, so you can know how to get it too. Okay. You're going to be exchanging energy, exchanging with someone that can, help you get to the next level. Don't procreate with somebody who's going to drag you down. Don't exchange energy with low frequency. Okay. That's why you must control yourself and be strategic on how you exchange this energy. I said gay with a purpose. Yeah. Okay, so y'all know how they just passed a law that transgender can now compete in sports with women. That wasn't literal. I mean, of course you're going to see it literally, but that's not what the code was. The code was now transgender people can now become a vessel or a cross or a ride for anyone. You know what I'm saying? So this is where the gay with a purpose comes in at. So, like, let's say you're a straight man. I'm a straight man, or I'm a gay man, or I'm a straight man. I don't know, whatever you are. Let's just say you want to do business with certain people, but they gay, or whatever. And you're like, well, I'm not finna do that, and I'm not finna do that, or I'm not finna be in your presence, or I'm not gonna. Okay, so we'll send the middleman or the middle woman. Okay, let's use an example. Don't be mad at me, and let's say Jeffree Star. Let's send Jeffree Star over there. He looked like a woman, kinda, with no boobs. Let's send him over there, and you can just talk to this person real quick. Exchange mental energy. Da 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 da. You never know. So this is where this comes in at. The sport is being able to create these deals, make these alliances, study with these different people, and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Masculine and feminine energy exchange. Being able to, like, there are certain people that don't want to share their energy or their secrets or their knowledge with women. They don't want to deal with women at all because they're very emotional and they could mess up their whole thing. Or they can't find quality women that are not going to get, emotionally attached or something like that. So they got to go find somebody who bought their money, bought their business, and can hit it and quit it and be fine with it and go. Okay? And that's where certain individuals come in. So for me, that's how I make sense of it. You said Zen? Okay. And this is where the same-sex marriage thing comes in. Men dealing with men, women dealing with women. So that's what the Ariana Grande, Megan Thee Stallion, and Doja Cat videos about. They're shipping together. They're collabing together. They're learning from each other together. They're exchanging energies together. That's that video's about. That's why they're on the staircase, because they're ascending together instead of with different men. Y'all remember the Me Too issue? And they was mad because people go, the women, they would come in and the men would force them to do A, B, C, and D, and then they would leave them, and then they wouldn't call them, and then they would treat them like this, and then they would dismiss them, and then you got to do this to get this part. It was a mess. So this is where that that's where it had to stop. And then as women got more successful, it was okay to ship with other women. It's okay to ship. What they call ship is like, exchange information, exchange conversation, exchange tips, help each other up to the next level. With women, like with Beyonce in the music industry, with Ariana Grande, with Megan Thee Stallion, with these different collabs with like Cardi B. This is what they're doing. They're help building each other up, because every time they do a collab, it hits number one. They all hit number one. You see, this one hits a number one. I'm gonna have you on my next album. When yours is old and people don't forgot about you, you're gonna come do a remix or a single with me, and it's gonna keep going up, right? So women are now shipping each other instead of men, women, 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 because like, let's say Jay-Z and Beyonce, let's say they're two different types of artists, right? So she's going to get these type of deals presented to her by certain people, and he's going to get these type of deals. But if they're shipping each other and they're both married, then they have to talk to each other about that, and they have to make a decision as one. And so a lot of times, they have to really be careful and talk to people and take their time on making certain deals if they are together. And this is why the same sex thing, or shipping or leveling up with women, all women or all men, is what people are doing now, because people get confused and they're like, okay, well, that's why they have a lot of breakups, and they're still doing it. You'll see like celebrities get into relationships and then they'll break up 2 months later or 3 months later because their ship is over, or their business is over, and they'll move on to the next one and the next one. So right now, Michael B. Jordan and Lloyd Harvey is doing some business, right? They're gonna break up too soon, just like her and Future did. Okay. So remember, the names are very important too. Like, your name is, especially if you can create your name or a stage name, indicates what you can do for someone else. Okay. So like Lil Uzi, he got that pink diamond on his head, right? So Lil Uzi, Lilith, pink diamond Venus, Uzi shooter. I'll shoot you out into the cosmos. You cross up here, to the goddess. Done. Lil Uzi. That's his name. That's his job. He's a rapper. He raps other people's plasma and take them on out. And then he get paid. Done. Okay, that's what rappers mean. That's why Beyonce is sitting up out here with this pink Jeep. Talk about get in. I'll give you a lift. I'll give you a ride to the other side. Come through. The pink Jeep represents the goddess. The pink car, the pink clothing. You can see a lot of people wearing hot pink and pink. It represents the goddess energy that takes you out to the beach, or to the cosmos, to the ionosphere, whatever, to the heavens. Yeah, Pink Panther, right? So everybody got a pink car. When Jeffree Star got a pink car, Cardi B got a pink something. Everybody got a pink car because that's what they're doing. That's the ticket. You got the golden ticket. But everything is coded. That's why it's just, everything you see is going to be coded. So you don't have to ask me if it's coded. It is. It's on code. It is. If you heard it and you saw it, it's on code. You said, how can Jeffree Star take somebody anywhere? You ain't see all his pink cars? He been trying. Like, look, I'm finna get in this game. I got my cosmetics, Jeffree Star. I'll take you to these stars. I got this pink going on. I'm androgynous. I have cosmetics from the cosmos. Then I think his name is Jeffrey. I forgot what Jeffrey meant. It means something. Oh, he got a bunch of tattoos. He even made his skin. All right, let's see. Jeff Bezos. Mm-hmm. Let me look it up. I look it up and then I forget it because I told y'all I'm bad with names. It means God, peace, or something like that. God, peace, peace, God, something like that. Um, there you go. I think he probably can buy people with enough. Yeah, it's fine. It's the goddess. It's the goddess energy. Um, it's kind of hard to explain. If you just observe, you'll see. Mm-hmm. You said Jeffree Star cute to you as a boy or a girl, because he's 6'1". I don't know. Okay. We, oh, there you go. Why y'all laughing? That's anyway. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves. I see some conversations getting started over there, but at the same time, you know, Big Daddy Woo, thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Appreciate you. Thank you. Do you think a major celeb will die this year? You mean fake die or real die? I don't know. They gonna die every year. Don't celebrities die every year? I mean, I can't tell you if it's gonna be fake or not. But when it happens, I'll be able to tell you. Okay. Mm-hmm. There you go. And y'all know that there's technology out there that we don't know about. Okay. Now listen to this. Well, some of us know about it, but there's technology out there that we're not we don't have access to that some celebrities have access to. You know what I mean? Like dying may be no big deal with the technology that's out there that we can't access. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all ever watch that movie? That show Hemlock Grove, where you can transfer consciousness into another body. They transfer his sister's consciousness to another body that looked like the ideal girl. She didn't like it. So they may have something like that, and like when it's your time to die, all you got to do is get into this other body, and they may let you test drive it first. And like, you want to test drive a body? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to test drive a body? Okay, sure. We'll go pick one out. That one right there. I've always wanted to look like this. All right, go get it. Now you got 1 hour. Then you gonna die tomorrow, right? Or you gonna die in 2 weeks, right? And get your stuff in order. All right. Then you go back to your wife, and your wife all of a sudden have another new boyfriend or whatever, a little friend. You gotta stay on. You gotta sneak in and out to show respect to your former dead self or whatnot. Um, Then you can, make a public appearance after a couple of years. There you go. Yep, the skeleton key, same thing. So Raw on Stargate, same, yep. So would you be eager to, if you test drove the body and you knew you could do it? They may not even put you. You might not even be in that body when you get killed. You may be in another body already. You know what I'm saying? Who's really dying? Some of us don't even think we're gonna die. Some of us don't even remember our deaths in our past life. Why? Um, Maybe we never died. Flatliners, right? Okay. Maybe sometimes we died, sometimes we didn't. Maybe we don't have to anymore. Maybe we can, maybe we don't have to. And you get to a certain level. This is why so many people are like trying to climb to the top, so they or the most influential. If your death is important, if you're influential, your life is important if you're influential. If you can be switched out with another consciousness and you're influential, you're worth a lot, and you can get access to eternal life in the scientific realm, the technology realm, whatever. You can get that. They're not going to tell you about it until you become influential enough to know about it. Now, there are people that have been doing this through different methods besides technology. They're doing it spiritually, magically, scientifically, quantum, I don't know, whatever. But when technology catches up to spirituality, which it never should have been separated from in the first place, then it's all going to become, one. So, do celebrities really die that have a lot of influence? Are they given a new body and whatever? We don't know. Are they still alive? Did they fake their death? Are they running around in a costume because this and that? In the future, this is how it's going to be? We don't know, but we know something's up, right? We know something is going on. We know that much. Mm-hmm. Ooh, you said Bill Gates' wife don't look right. She looked like a wax figure. Arms was looking funny. Like, she might be a different person with a silicone mask on. She might be one of them robots. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all seen those fake robot humanoids that have silicone faces and skins and stuff? I forgot. There's a movie just like this, but I forgot the name of it. These people live in a world that think they're human, but then it gets invaded by quote unquote these aliens. But the aliens remove their little helmet and it's humans, and the people get shot. They have robot parts coming out of them, and their memory had been erased because to know that they were robots. And the humans like, we want our planet back. Bye, robot. So basically, they didn't know that they were robots. And so you're gonna have some robot people walking around, and it's a perfect time to do it now because of the masks and COVID. You're not gonna be looking all up in somebody's face and seeing if it's silicone. They got on this mask, you can't see the little rubber lips moving and stuff like that. So they may be test driving a lot of these robots. You know what I'm saying? So it's a robot test time during COVID. Okay, y'all get out there, robots. Put the masks on. And a lot of times the mask can muffle your voice, and so if the robot is talking like this, it's through a mask, it's muffled, and they just can't hear you very well. um you're staying 6 feet away, you're trying to social distance, so they can't be all up in your ear looking like, why is your ear looking like that? You a robot or what? Put the wig over it. um but basically everyone's quarantined, they're not all up on each other, so throw them robots out there and test drive them. Your brother showed you a picture and it looked scary. She looked real. Yeah, the ones in Japan are super real. Y'all go look up human looking robots and look at the ones from Japan. They look real. They talk real too. They don't even talk like a robot. They talk just like regular people. Yep, artificial intelligence. So a robot, this is where they're going to try to go with this in the future, but it's also a scare tactic, but it's a possible reality. Let's just say that. So they're going to have the robots as, bodies that can last a long time, like on Terminator. So you transfer your consciousness into a robot. You don't got to worry about eating, exercising. You don't have to worry about, leveling up, getting a fake booty. You don't have to worry about none of that no more. You don't have to worry about who you're going to sleep with because you're a robot. Okay? You don't have to worry about having no kids because they got robot kids you go get. Why does a robot need a kid? I don't know. You see the ant life. But this is where it's all going to backfire when that consciousness is going to start missing the humanity. I want a baby. They're going to see some animals running around with a little baby and I want one of them. And life will begin again. Remake the human. We're tired of being robots. We're tired of being strong and immortal. We want a baby too. We want a family. We want to go out. We want to do that too. We can't do that no more because we're robots. We know everything. But now what? I want one of those. It's so cute. See? It starts all over because even though you're in a robot, you still have your consciousness and your humanity. And if you see some sweet animals, you're going to be like, okay, until you're ready, you're not, technology is going to run rampant. And then, oh, you remember when we used to cuddle like that? I want to feel what those animals are feeling. So then that is the descension back down to 3D earthly human bodies. You rise up and then you fall. You rise and you fall. You rise and you fall. The middle ground, Skynet, but there's a middle ground besides going into robots. The middle ground would definitely be bodies, stem cells, not robots, but organic bodies. Or unlocking that DNA in these bodies so that they're stronger and last longer. The trying to remember what I was going to say because it was really, really good and it had to do with something. Can't remember now. I'll think of it probably on next time, but okay. So the co-life crowned monkey thing that's going around. The doctors must remove the Gorilla Glue from your head, or they must administer some type of medical help, or they must administer the Gorilla Glue even more so you can keep what you got, introduce more to what you have. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Anyway, because what is a vaccine anyway? More of what you already have, right? More of whatever you don't want introduced inside of you. So what's in it? What are you getting introduced to? Exactly. Y'all got it? Okay. And there is a line in the song 8 by Jay-Z and Beyonce with Gorilla Glue in it. He says, smoking Gorilla Glue like it's legal. Smoking Gorilla Glue like it's legal. Now, smoking is code as well for like blowing out the plasma once you get into the cosmos. You inhale somebody's plasma, you get out and blow it. Okay, code. Gorilla Glue. Blowing out Gorilla Glue like it's legal. Which means it's illegal to go to the cosmos and release the Gorilla Glue plasma. Or that type of plasma. Right? But that's why that's like the smooth criminal aspect of it, because they are wrappers. They're wrapping these entities up and taking them out and freeing them because they're stuck here. And so these entities will then be able to be reborn through the Black Cat, the Black Panther, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The Black Cauldron. They come back like Gurgi did in the Black Cauldron. So in biblical terms, they would call this Jesus came to free the captives. If you're a holy roller, that's what the same thing. Jesus was a rapper, that's why he got verses. Okay, you get it now. He was not. There you go. When I say a rapper, I don't literally mean like he was rapping. I mean like he was rapping, like rapturing people. Moses. Can I decode Moses? Moses. Well, there was a pharaoh with a similar name at the same time. So it could be his higher self and his lower self battling each other. You know what I'm saying? Like in the future, they're gonna be like, there was SheRaSeven and there was a Shira Star Goddess. Because there's two people. No, it ain't. Moses means pull out or draw of water. To pull out or draw out water. To take out melanin, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. To remove melanin. There you go. That's why he had to part the Red Sea. Or and take his people out through the water. Out of the water. Yeah. That's why he was in the desert. I plan to be an OBGYN, and I appreciate the way you explain the creator and the womb, dark energy, and women. I want to implement it though into my practice. Oh, that's great. Thank you, Peace Maddox. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Well, good luck, girl. Thank you. So that's why they was wandering around in the desert, because they were dehydrated. They needed some melanin. Okay. The Red Sea was like the ionosphere, and they had to cross through. And when they crossed through, they lost all the little melanin they had, right? On the Exodus. So they waiting here in the desert for somebody to come get them and sprinkle them, you know, so they can go to the promised land back down here, wherever. Okay. So if you watched Black is King by Beyonce on the Disney Plus channel, When they were in the desert and this windstorm was coming, and she had to put her baby down the river. That was like the Moses story, kind of. And it's called Other Side. And then when they got to the other side, it was like a lavish garden. It's the same thing. It's spiritual, you know. You said decode nicotine. I'm tired of nicotine is a drug. It's a stimulant. Right. You said Michelle Obama was born a man. Well, everybody was born a man. Not literally, because man doesn't mean male. It means mankind, or not mankind, but just man, human. See? Human. And when you get down to decoding, you'll understand why certain rumors are also started. Because Michael, Michelle, Jesus, born of a woman, born as a man. You see? That's why. Right. I'm talking in code. Code is not the same as literal. So yes, we're not born as female. We're in the womb, and we're a fetus, and we have female qualities until the gender is introduced. So that's why everyone has nipples. Okay. Because if you're in a female, you're going to take on the form of a female because you are made in the image of God. Right. And then after you've been made in the image of God, then God, which is the woman, because you're made in the image of the woman and in the womb, you're being processed in the womb. When the male introduces his DNA into your womb, and that sperm gets inside that egg and it starts to vibrate, the egg takes the vibration and starts, because that's energy. When that sperm gets into that egg, it introduces a new frequency to this egg, which is the energy. And so once this starts changing, because once new frequency is added to something, it turns it into something else. So the reason why this DNA is now giving information to this egg and combining these two into one new thing, then it will determine its sex, right? Because of this DNA. Now, if there was a way to stimulate this egg without this person's DNA, the same thing would happen. Life would form. It would just be all your DNA, not the man's. But in order for that to happen, the frequency of the planet or your mental abilities must be able to control the vibration of your fetus or your womb or your egg. I mean, your egg inside your womb. You know what I'm saying? It would be a conscious decision to then have a baby as a woman. So, for example, let's say there's no more men on earth. Oh my God, there's no more men on earth. Well, I have an egg in my uterus, and since I have mastered my mental abilities, I'm going to go in there and change the frequency of it mentally. Or I'm going to have some technology I'm going to sit in a room with some waves and frequencies that's going to go through my body, that's going to stimulate my egg, and then I'm going to have a baby. Either way, we about to slide. You know what I'm saying? So it will be all my DNA and no one else's. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The movie Time Machine tells the future that they want. Yeah. That don't mean that's the future they gonna get. Like I said, there's several different timelines. So, that's why a lot of people make movies, to create and see their own version of what they want or what they don't want, what they fear, or they're going to give you information on. You can fight against it or you can be for it. It's all suggestion. So that's how that can be done. But since the vibration of the earth changed, since technology had to go away so that we can be reintroduced in the human form in these um, consciousness, because remember, Atlantis was very highly technological and advanced, and then basically we fell from that to experience being human again. And now we're rising back up to all this technology and da 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 da. Well, that's going to get old, and then we're going to want to be human again, or whatever. But the key is the middle ground. Where were we most happy? This is why so many people are fascinated with ancient Kemet, because this civilization lasted the longest. No wars, this and that, knowledge. So that would be the middle ground, the golden age or whatnot. That's where they want to remain. But there's always, that alternate reality, that thriller that tries to creep into the utopian society, or it's the society that's working well. There's always these outside forces or energies trying to get in because they want to experience this. But at the same time, there's these people in here that's bored because it's too perfect and it's too good, and we've been here for 5,000 years. What's out there? What's new? What are these people like? I want to do something different. I'm tired of doing this. So they start talking. Okay, how you doing? How you doing? I don't know. You want to go over here? Sure. Let me show you something. Okay, then they get tricked and robbed and stolen. Y'all know what happened. So they got scammed. Okay. And they got scammed because they were bored. So there has to be another way to stay entertained at the same time. So this is why we keep doing this over and over, because we got to find a way to not be scammed anymore. Okay, so how do you keep from being bored in here? You got everything. I got everything. There's no war. We don't need no army. We don't need this. We don't need that. So you got like Kemet, right? So how do we stop from being bored and falling for the okie doke? Oh, we left you carvings on the wall. Okay, but I don't care. I'm bored. How do we stop this boredom? That's where the answer is. How do we stop from getting scammed? Mm-hmm. Yep. It's it bored of what we're giving birth to. Bored of everything's great. I know a lot. I'm at peace with self. I look good. I got all this good jewelry. I got a nice throne. Agriculture, 5,000 years. What's next? I'm bored. I want to see something exciting. Oh, I'm bored. Can a king find a way to entertain his queen? I introduce to you Stick Man. Throw him to the lions. Okay. I introduce to you Pyro. Uh-oh. Who is this stranger walking in this black cape? He's sprinkling something on the ground. It's Michael Jackson. He's the phoenix on the Heru rising phoenix on his shirt. I mean, like, I'm alive and I'm dead. I died and I came back. Sprinkle. You want to do the same thing? Do you remember? I've been here before. You wanna go around in a circle? Do you remember when we was in Spain on the phone? What's a phone? On the phone. I don't know what a phone is because you're stuck in a time loop. Y'all, when you want to go to the future, Michael Jackson had to come save the day. So, and Eddie Murphy was mad. He was like, and the cat run away. Wow. So, then he spin around and he disappeared. He was blown away. Back into the quantum realm as particles, into waves. Thrill them with mystery and magic. I remember the time. Thank you, Connie. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So that's why they got that statue of Michael Jackson and Angel Kimmich. Y'all think I'm playing? I'm not playing. So that's the secret. Time travel. That's how you stop from being bored. You sit in Michael Jackson to tell you we was on the phone, on the beach, you and me, in Spain. What about us? Brr, da, da, da. And that was Morse code when he's like, brr, da, 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 brr, da, da, da. That was Morse code for 777. That means in and out. Okay? In and out of time. Remember the time? In and out. 3 times. That's also, the master number. One of the master numbers. So he can come in and he can come out. You go visit wherever you want. He's on a higher dimension. We have to reach a frequency to get to the higher dimension where time travel is possible, so that we're not fooled for the okie doke. We're not bored, stuck in this realm that we can't get out of, but we can quantum tunnel in and out of this whatever and keep this as it should have been. So that was the solution. I mean, Michael Jackson came up with it. He said, this is what you got to do. So time travel, quantum tunneling. You go and tell the people what's up, And see, in there, they had soldiers this time. Did y'all see? And remember the time they had soldiers. They was chasing Michael Jackson around. Okay. You said I'm in my own world, but if you really think about it, that's what it was. You said so. MJ is Hermes Trismegistus. Hermes Trismegistus could be anyone. It could be you. It could be me. It's remember what it is. It's not a person. It's not one person. It's a consciousness. So if he was on a path and doing the great work and doing his alchemy and talking with these people and talking with that people and leveling up, getting knowledge from here and there, ascending to higher levels of consciousness, and let's say you do the same thing and you write about it and you leave behind books and people pick up on your work and write some more with it and so on and so forth, then you become like a Hermes Trismegistus. It's not a person. This is what so many people mess up on with these deities and these consciousness. It's not one person. It is a consciousness that travels among men, but not as a man. So they go in and out of people consciousness. So it is an energy. It's kind of like the Christos consciousness, right? You don't have a Christ walking around. You don't have a Christ consciousness walking around. It's in different people all at the same time, at different times, whenever. So it's not a person. It is a consciousness that you gained through ascension and the path that you're on. So stop looking for one man and ascend to the level and become that. The man that you seek, you become. The woman or the thought or the consciousness that you seek, you become. So you're not looking for a man, you're looking to become that in which you think that man is. Right. So let's say that man can be, or that example of that consciousness could be several different people throughout history. That could be Thoth, that could be Jesus, that could be Hermes, that could be Michael Jackson, that could be whoever. It could be Kobe Bryant for some people, could have been Nipsey Hussle for some people, could have been Tupac for some people, it could have been Prince for some people, it could have been whoever, it could have been Whitney, it could have been this, it could have been that. It could be all of those. So it's not a particular person. It is the consciousness, the example, their great work, how they rose with the knowledge that they had and how they applied it and how they did this, and that, and fought against their lower selves and gained iconic history. Aaliyah, right? So all of these. So we're not looking for a man. We're looking for ourselves on a higher level. We're looking for our higher selves. We're looking for our leveled up version of self, or our higher selves, literally. And so this is where religion goes wrong. They have you out there praying to a man that you're just supposed to be observing and learning from, but not praying to. There's a difference. Because when you become a worshiper of a person that's no longer here, then you're now worshiping. You are now within the dead. Okay? You are now inside of a dead person, or a person that is no longer here. Your energy is being given to the dead. And you volunteer to give it. You're like, here goes some energy, dead person. Got the dead person picture up on your wall and your phone, praying to it, talking to it, giving life back to it. Or you think they gave y'all, which y'all, the type of religion that they gave you? Talk to me. I pray every night. You do? I don't. I get on my knees. Why? Dear Jesus, I pray in your name. I pray in your name. But he's dead. So you're giving him life. And it's not a person anymore. It's now, there's so many people praying to this dead person who's a consciousness now, who is able to take all that energy from certain people and inhabit other people and rule over them with a corona, with a crown. Okay, so the image And the way that you imagine Jesus is very important, because you're allowing this consciousness or this energy to rule you. You are allowing yourself to go to the sunken place. That's why you're on the ground on your knees, because you're in a sunken place. And that's why that footstep prayer is like, I was walking on the beach and I saw some footprints, and Jesus was carrying me, because he done took over and you in a sunken place. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, and remember, his name wasn't even Jesus. They didn't have no J back then. So who this person is, we don't know. But y'all be giving them some energy. I'd rather give it to Michael Jackson. I'm sorry. I'd rather give it to somebody who need it for real. Somebody who had a good, somebody who really existed. You said busy. Give it to your ancestors. They was real. You know them. Okay. What about, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give it to your ancestors if you're going to give it. Because if you really think about it, your ancestors are your Jesus. They sacrificed for you. They taught you. They gave you information. You got their recipes and their knowledge and their little wise tale that you carry on through you and your DNA and your children. So their consciousness and their DNA is part of you now. If you're going to pray, or if you're going to speak life back into anybody, it should be your ancestors, so they can be reborn through your family or through anybody that they're able to be reborn through and come back. You said they are always with us, exactly. But they can come back too if you speak energy and life into them. They can come back and also crown you with their consciousness. Like, let's say you had a smart ancestor. They can do the same thing, but in your favor, because you're someone special to them. Thank you, Goddess Tay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So let's say your grandma was rich, or your grandfather was rich, and he owned like all these things, and you need that knowledge and energy on how to run that company, or you need ideas from someone like that. You speak life into them. You speak on your ancestor. They're gonna come crown you. They're gonna give you the gift. They're gonna come, give you that information, because you're not, because you asked for it. It's because they see you need it. Like, and you're not supposed to ask and beg and pray. You're supposed to do that because that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you died and your child forgot about you, and they didn't talk to you and speak to you and tell you what's going on, and they didn't put up a picture of you and light you a candle and say, sprinkle, sprinkle, and they forget about you, and they go give their energy and beg some Jesus character that's just stealing their energy, and then you see their life getting worse. You're like, why don't you come? Mama know everything. Mama can help you. Come on, your daddy can help you. Whatever, talk to me. What do you need? Call my name. Speak life back into me, and I'll come crown you, give you my energy, give you my knowledge, give you my guidance and my wisdom, because you're my child. Okay. And who better to do that than your own, grandmother, mother, whoever. Something. And remember, not all consciousness is going to be all one. Like, your grandma could split up. And her plasma can split up. Your mom plasma can split up. She go to this child, this child, this child. That's what I'm saying. Like my merch says the plasma literally on it. The plasma. Because there's so much you can do in the quantum world that doesn't make sense in this world, but when you think of the quantum world, which is where there's several realities, then it makes sense in this world. But you got to go quantum first, and then you have to come back here, and it makes sense. Like um, people would laugh at that, but then if you taught them quantum physics, then it wouldn't be funny anymore because it would be a reality. Can we have extraterrestrial ancestors? As soon as your ancestors' plasma leave the earth, they are extraterrestrial because that's what it means. Outside of earth. Sprinkle, sprinkle. As soon as they fly up out off of earth, off of literal earth and symbolic earth, they become extraterrestrial. You see? So you were once extraterrestrial because you weren't always on earth. You were in the heavens as plasma, waves, particles, quantum tunneling. And then when you re entered and descended back down through a black cat, a black cauldron, or whatever, the cave of wonders, and you were reborn, now you are terrestrial. Now you are of earth. But before that, you were extraterrestrial. AT aliens, right. And if you think about it, terrestrial, the aliens, the little cute gray aliens and stuff, they look just like a developing fetus. Or if you closed your eyes and were meditating and then someone shined a light right here, you just see the reflection of an extraterrestrial because it's you, baby. It's you. It's you within. Do it. Look at a light and then close your eyes and do this. You're going to see an alien. It's because it's you. It's the inside out of you. All right? And it's cute, right? Um, it's your mini me's. Your mini me's. That's why they come in threes. Because you are the Trinity. Oh my gosh. I'm starting to sound like what's his name? The one the Archangel Uriel pilot dude. Ah. Okay, you have my total attention with quantum physics. Everything is connected. Thank you, Lorraine. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's like a book that you could get if you don't understand quantum physics, and it's called Quantum Physics in Minutes. It's like one page for a whole description or lesson on one topic of quantum physics, and the book is this small and it's not even long. So you can go to any page, you don't have to read it in an order, and it will just explain it in layman's terms what something is. So, and you can use it as a reference too. Thank you, fabulous one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hi, Cher. While I'm manifesting by my will and energy, do I have to speak what I want out loud for it to be stronger? You can, because vibrations and frequencies and things like that. You can. I would I would do so many things. I would write it, speak it, sing it, dance while I was singing and be in a good mood and all that. I think it's the higher your frequency is and the mood that you're in also affects when you manifest. So make sure you're in a good place and you're not coming from a place of lack, because sometimes people start manifesting when they're in lack or losing something or don't have something. You should do manifesting as soon as you get something and you feel good about abundance and whatever, or receiving or knowing that everything is abundant to you. Never from a place of lack, because that's how you give your energy away. Like when I was talking about, begging Jesus for whatever you're asking for, and you're coming from a place of lack, giving away your energy not to receive because you're in the wrong frequency. Okay. So always come in a place of abundance, gratitude, feeling good about what you already have to to put that frequency out to bring in more. Right. I think believe it now is going to happen, right? So, it's kind of cool, but the key is to wake up and stop being fooled. That's number one. If you realize most people that are very successful, they're not fooled anymore by religion, or they know something we don't know. They know who runs this and who runs that, and if there's really aliens, and if the aliens is really us, and if that's our energy and plasma and the atmosphere reacting to different frequencies up there. They know all this stuff. That's why they ain't worried about praying to Jesus and karma and all that kind of crap, because they control that with the pendulum swing, orchestrated events, and all that kind of. They don't worry about the stuff that we worry about. The reason why we worry about it is because they gave it to us to work through, to ascend past, and we still sitting down here struggling through it, and they've already ascended past it, but they can't tell you because that's cheating, and you won't get the full benefits of it. But if you found this channel and you were seeking knowledge and you know my channel, then this is how you're going to wake up a little bit at a time. They're going to give it to you in pieces, and so you're don't have a rude awakening. So this is why, yeah, it's free will. So this is why you see some people that can just get money in their sleep, can become a billionaire, can do this, because they don't have this. They don't have the struggle that we have, because they figured it out. And they drop clues and hints in code with whatever they talk about. Don't take it literally. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Super sticker. Thank you, Ocean. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And through learning about this information, that's how they come up with this technology. Because all technology is a reflection of the quantum world. Okay? Think about it. Electric cars, what is that? Hitching a ride with some plasma. Right? That's probably the idea behind it. Hitching a ride with some plasma. Okay, I'm in the quantum world. Thank you, Ocean. I'm in the quantum world. I'm plasma, but I'm not, I need some more energy. I need to get another recharge. I need some more positive protons. So let me go find someone who has some, extra plasma. Let's get together. You get in the car, and now we can go. We don't need any gas. We don't need the cloud. We don't need clouds. We don't need to stay in the cloud. We have plasma. We have energy. We have electricity. We have lightning. We have a car, Our souls are now bigger in a frequency because we've combined, or we're in a ship, or we're in a boat, whatever you want to call it. And we can go now. So a lot of this technology is coming from the quantum world, and they're bringing it to Earth. And this is how we get to the middle eventually. Back to the golden age. And that's how it's going to be. All right. So thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all, everybody who donated. I really appreciate you. Remember, stop believing everything that you thought was real, because it ain't real. Religion ain't real. The news is not real. None of it's real. It's all to wake you up. all of it. All right. Stop believing it and start observing it. I'll see y'all later. Bye.